My name is Tahira Bella, and this is a presentation on sponsorship activation. I was tasked with acting as a sport entity and coming up with mock ideas on how I would show two businesses, the sport entity and a business, joining together for sponsorship activation. The two businesses that I chose were the Orlando Predators Arena Football League as my sports entity and East Coast Wings and Grill Restaurant as the potential sponsor. For activation, I came up with 3 ideas as assigned, and the first one is an in-game defense distraction known as the East Coast Wings and Grill Noise Index. The restaurant itself has a heat index, which this image here is based off of, and normally the heat indexes go from on Scoville units, basically. So the virgin level, which is now on the noise index known as mute, at East Coast Wings and Grill is known as the level of a bell pepper. So with this sponsorship activation, what happens is whenever the defense hits the field, this pops up on the Jumbotron and the crowd begins to get loud. The louder the crowd gets, the more distracted the opposing team is. The goal is to get as loud as possible to insanely loud. Now that is the hottest level of hot and heat that you can order at East Coast Wings and Grill. With this, the sponsor, East Coast Wings, gets advertising every time the defense is on the field because this will be on the Jumbotron and fans will be able to see it. And the spectators will learn a little bit about the restaurant. So they'll get to see the different kind of heat levels that they can get on their wings at East Coast Wings and Grill, and it may inspire them to try. The next one that I have is a banner, a digital banner that will display on the Jumbotron and throughout the arena every time a touchdown is scored. And this is goes with the magnificent 75 flavors of East Coast Wings and Grill. They offer 75 flavors, and so what this activation is that when the team scores 75 points, fans can take their tickets from the game that day to East Coast Wings and Grill and get 75% off of an item. Now, this is beneficial for East Coast Wings and Grill because fans will be more likely to come and try a new place, especially if they're going to get a discount. Now, with the discount being on one item, fans will more than likely buy another item, which does generate sales for East Coast Wings and Grill. It's also advertising because every time a touchdown is scored, somebody will see this banner, they'll hear it through the announcement, and the company itself gets that advertising, plus they get to earn the money from when people come in to redeem those discounts. The third and final activation that I have is t-shirts that will be given away to spectators in a certain section. Every game, there will be a predetermined section that will be known as the East Coast Wings and Grill Insanity section. And in that section of the arena, all fans who sit there will get a giveaway. For example, a t-shirt that says, "I survived the Insanity Challenge with the Orlando Predators." So dual logos on the t-shirt that gets the company free advertising every time somebody wears the shirt and somebody else sees it. In that section, the Insanity section, fans will be able to sign up to take the Insanity Wing Challenge that East Coast Wings and Grills offers. One wing, one flat that you have to eat. It's super hot. You have to sign a waiver and wear gloves. Fans will get the opportunity to have this video footage of them taking the challenge on the Jumbotron at the game. Who doesn't want to be on the Jumbotron at a game? At the same time, it's beneficial and a value to East Coast Wings and Grill because they're going to make money. Each wing that somebody chooses to take on that challenge is $1.89. If that person chooses to buy the Survivor package, which comes with a shot glass of milk, 2 sugar packets, and a t-shirt that says "I survived the Insanity Wing Challenge," the company makes $12 off of each Survivor package that they sell. Each person that sits in that section may not take the challenge, but the potential for each person to take the challenge and the potential for the company to make money off of those challenges in the Insanity section at every game, as well as that advertising, is a value to East Coast Wings and Grill.